Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Kiran. I stay in Bangalore, Whitefield. So I have around 18 years experience total in corporate world, including various industries like education, manufacturing, IT and ITES, and even food segment also. So I was searching for myself to land into a good place where I can make some second-hand income. So in that particular journey, I came across AMCAD, one of my friend has referred. And since association with AMCAD, it has really helped me a lot and it transformed me to discover myself. So that's where I see myself as a different person. The last 3 months, I started practicing thinking in a different kind of programs, what kind of trainings that are required at this juncture, especially for the youth segment. So that's where I landed. So with their support, I am confidently able to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for AMCAD for giving me this opportunity. This platform, I would like to thank you all, especially Chetan Ram sir, Sandeep sir, and Sri Hariji, and other supporting people, even the Sagar, the gentleman who has always served everybody at the Mysore campus. So everybody, I would like to thank once again. So I have taken a different note today. The topic for today's agenda is that leadership skills and lessons from trekking. That is a topic I have chosen today. So I'd like to showcase this topic to everybody. So kindly allow me to share the screen. Thank you. Leadership lessons from trekking. That was my topic for today. So I would like to see how many of you really, been to trekking in our past years. Anybody can share your experiences, or
Yes, sir.
anybody can confirm through the chat also. Yes, you've been to trekking. You can say that yes, you've been to trekkings, and those are
Yes,
interested. That also you can say that yes, I'm interested.
yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, I do regular trekking.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, but anyway, I can't see. Who are the respondents and everything. The first thing I would like to say that there are a lot many things that we can learn from traveling and trekking, but the trekking I have chosen because trekking is not just a physical activity, right? But also a journey of personal growth and development. In this, I would like to explore the valuable life skills that I have learned from trekking and how they can be applied in the corporate world, not only in corporate world, even normal life also, in our families also basically, and personal also basically. So by the end of the presentation, you'll be a better understanding of the benefits of trekking. And I'll surely that you will plan for trekking. Oh, that's I would like to take it forward. So the first thing, most of the people they think, yeah, trekking everybody thinks is a physical fitness program for the most of the people. But I strongly believe trekking is just 20% is the physical fitness, rest 80% is a mental fitness that I have learned from this trekking activity that I did in my last trekking. I have been to Harkidun trekking, which was around 7 days trekking. I'm not promoting any trekking here. I would just like to mention that what I did in that particular trek. The first and foremost thing that I have learned from trekking is that the goal setting. Before we go for trekking, the leader of that particular agency, they inform us 2 months before saying that, hey, Kiran, you need to practice, 5 kilometers a walk every day. And you need to pack all these tools and you need to pack your dresses from shoes, from the other tools, even first aid kit and everything. That kind of planning is very much required. Same thing applied in our real life, in our project management, anything they do, I do. That is what the major learning. The goal setting is done from before we start itself. The same thing we do in our project also before we start any project. Sometimes the project requires 3 months before, sometimes 3 years before. It depends. Say for the metro is one project for Bangalore, right? They have to plan years before, sometimes even 5 years before. Also, they need to plan. Some projects require 1 month before. Some even small projects they require one day before. That kind of process I learned from this tracking. The smart goals, the specific goals, they provide the clarity and focus, right? So this is the goal. Right side you are seeing one particular picture. This is what my goal actually. This is what I have to travel almost 30 kilometers to see this, the beauty of that linga which was established by the Pandavas. Okay, this is the place where Pandavas travel to Swarga any mountain and everything. So that was the goal for me to reach that. To measure that, what the trekking people that I mean, they make a small targets. So entire 7 days, they make a small stops where we can measure. Yeah, this particular first day I can travel around sometime so that I can stop somewhere. So I feel very happy that I've achieved something. That is what the measuring and all. Same thing applied in the corporate world also. So we sometimes we give the task to our team members. We need to celebrate that kind of small moments. We need to increase our team. That is the beauty of this measurable goals that I have learned from this, and achievable goals. And these are very realistic and attainable, right? Because whenever we visited some place and we enjoy that, so that is what we are achieving. One particular day, we go for 10 kilometers, we stay there and we enjoy the beauty and we share our experiences. That is what achievable things which we need to set in our project also. And relevant goals, how it is relevant your overall objective basically. Is it really enhancing this particular journey for me? Yes, because the time this trekking not only helped me to enhance my personal growth, and sometimes I evolving as a different person, right? The clarity of oneself, that is what exactly I understand. The moment you enter into the mountains, the serene, the calm, the beautiful sceneries, they'll ask me the questions. I thought, what I'm doing, who am I? This kind of questions will come from that. So that's where I mean, we think something different, and sometimes our answers becomes very easy, right? That's what we understand these practical trekking programs. And the time bound goals, because our trekking is 7 days. So same thing applied in the project management also. So we set a target of 2 months. We need to finish this particular project in 2 months, sometimes 5 years, sometimes more than that. So this kind of scrutinizing even micro goals, that everything taught me beautifully. So that's where the goal setting project has begun for me. So this is major learning from me. That's what Mr. Edmund Henry says. It's not the mountain that we conquer, but ourselves. That is what I attained this particular goal setting activity. Second learning basically is the team building, the collaboration approach and communication that we normally do. Yes, entire team is working as a common objective for us, right? You can see the right side, the team who are the traveling from different parts of the country, and even a couple of people from other countries like Taiwan and even Hong Kong, basically. So our intention is to reach the top of the goal, top of the mountain, right? So whatever the goal that you have been. Same thing applied in our corporate world also. So we are setting some kind of target here, working together a common goal, how we are leveraging individual strengths and skills, and how we are resolving conflicts and finding a common ground. These kind of things I have learned beautifully from the team, right? Sometimes one particular gentleman is not doing well in our truck. Basically, what has happened? We just explored. Then we found out that particular gentleman is carrying so much weight. Because of that, he can't move fast. So that's what we understood. Oh, fine. Then everybody, it's a democratic leadership that everybody's involving to take some common decisions. So we spoke with this particular gentleman. Okay, we can share your some weight. Why can't you give some of your weight to me so that I can carry? So that's where the collaboration approach that we did. And we successfully, that gentleman is walked so fast, and he also traveled along with us. This kind of link is the strongest chain. That's we normally say. Same thing applies in our team building activity also. Even if one person is not doing well, sometimes project gets delayed. So the entire team comes forward and they help that particular gentleman, the weak person, either she or he, so that we can fasten the work. The same thing we did in the trekking. So that's what we are able to reach in time. So that is what the collaboration approach. And the communication is a very important in every day part of life. The clear and concise messaging, the active listening. Because sometimes our trucker, the leader, he communicates in a different format. He doesn't even utter a single word. Just by showing some kind of actions, movement with the fingers and head, we can understand what exactly is communicating. So that is where applies. That's what I learned from this, and I applied the same thing in my team works also, another project works also. I was able to achieve a bit. So decision making is one of the very important aspect in everyday life. So it helps a lot. Basically, in decision making in trekkings, really, because the entire mountains, you expect the unexpected most of the times. That's what in our life and projects also will happen. If the government changes in any state, sometimes projects collapses. The same thing that mountains taught us, this trekking taught us, because suddenly there will be landslides. Suddenly there will be some kind of other hazardous things will happen. Sometimes some one of our team member collapses. Because of that, things will get be delayed. So this kind of risk assessment, all these things is taught us. So we are prepared for everything kind. So in that situations, as a team, we all sit together and we took the decision because of this thing. We mitigate the risk. That is what we learned. And this is the way it helped us in problem solving also. This is what we have learned in the decision making, and absolutely the adaptability, right? So the moment the climatic conditions changes, the moment you see some unforeseen situations happens in the mountains, so we need to prepare for everything. Same thing, we need to embrace the change and flexibility in tracking. This we need to open uh, to new ideas and new approaches. Sometimes one pathway will be blocked, so we need to have the plan B. Same thing in project management also, we think sometimes if project A fails, what we need to do, we need to have project B. This is what we learned. This is applied in every part of trekking journey, is applied in real life of our projects also. The resilience, how can we bounce back from the setbacks and challenges, right? Sometimes everybody thinks failure is a very bad thing, but we think the trekking taught me. Two times I've been to some kind of places, but I was not able to go for the trekking because of some other climatic conditions. That gave me a positive strength. Third time I was able to embrace that particular trekking. So this is what the resilience that taught me. So which is I applied in my real life also, in my projects also. And perseverance, yes, this is what the determination, staying focused on goals despite many obstacles, and continuing efforts until we reach our goals. These are the things we can learn from this trekking, and which we implied and applied in the corporate world, right? So the team is not performing well. Say, for example, when we're going the trekking, everybody will ask, hey, how much time we need to walk today? Yeah, is it, can we reach in 30 minutes or 1 hour, something like that? The people keep asking that. So our leader and we all say, we all ourselves, we used to encourage that particular member, whoever is asking, no, 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 we can reach in just 30 minutes, no problem. That's the motivation we give it to that particular moment. So with that energy, he moves little forward. This kind of determination has made them to reach the goal. So same thing we also do in the team building activity. We pat any kind of person is doing something. We used to appreciate them. We used to encourage them. So that helped me in my real life also. So that is what the major learning. One more thing, and the trust. So we are moving in a different terrains, different cultures, different people. So and the different team, we don't know which kind of person is going to stay with in the tent that we are going to stay, and we are not sure the same person is going to stay in the next day in the same, in our same tent, right? So in our business also, the team that whoever is working, sometimes some American person works with us, sometimes some people from Noida, people from European, German, they all work with us, right? This is what I mean, the different team problem, team approaches and everything. So this kind of trust, I learned the art of making the trust in the trekkings. The same thing I applied in my real life. That's why I'm able to develop a good relations with my team. So by establishing a rapport and good connection, at the same time, reliability, delivering on commitments and promises. You can see the right pic, you can see a dog. Actually, the leader is my, for me, is a dog, because the entire journey, the 7 days, it was following us, and most of the time, it was even waited for many times. Actually, I have so many videos and I can talk so many things, but unfortunately, I mean, due to less time, so I'm giving a little bit exposure that I did it in the last few months. So empathy, when we travel in the mountains, so understanding and valuing diverse perspective in trekking. See, for example, one particular lady is carrying this kind of big one. So I thought, okay, how much weight she is carrying, and she's climbing just simply. I thought, okay, everybody can do that. So the moment I carried that, I realized how hard it is to carry that. So that kind of things, we have to live in somebody's shoes to understand. So say, for example, if you're a marketing person, you were collecting some requirements in corporate world also, you need to live into the customer shoes. You need to understand, you need to empathize what kind of problem that customer is facing. So that is what the trekking taught me. At the same time, diversity, different backgrounds and different ideas, these kind of things I learned from this thing. So ultimately, I would like to share some my learnings from the corporate. I mean, especially for this trekkings. Unexpected moment will happen anytime. You need to prepare for this thing. So this trekking will provide you a valuable lessons for leadership development, including goal setting, teamwork, decision making, adaptability, perseverance, communication, trust, empathy, self care, and many more things. Applying these leadership lessons can lead to team collaboration, problem solving, resilience, and overall effectiveness as a leader. And major thing I have learned from this is mobile fasting. We do fasting for Janmashtami. We do fasting for many other festivals, and many other religions also they do fasting. When 7 days when I was traveling in the mountains, I never touched mobile. Only for the pictures I utilized that mobile because network is not there, certainly. So I enjoyed the beauty of that silence, no calls. So that's why every month, 2 days, I do this fasting even now onwards. That will help us a lot. That's why I request everybody to some kind of fasting, maybe 2 hours a day, or one day in a month, or else 1 week in a year. That's what one of the lessons that I have learned. And one more very interesting lesson that I have learned from the trekking is that the place that you have been through the trekking is 70 kilometers trekking. For 30 kilometers, we went forward, and 5 kilometers later, again, we came back. There are some people who are living in that lost village, the Osla village. Just to make one phone call, they travel 30 kilometers going and 30 meters coming backwards. 60 kilometers, just one phone call. We need to understand the efforts, the relation, the perseverance, the determination of that particular gentleman, the people who are traveling, they go, they make a call to their children who are studying in different places like Dehradun and all, they come back. This is what we need to understand. Now, most of the people, they are just utilizing mobile unnecessarily. They don't even any work also they carry and their mobile and keep it. Every person in 2000 times they touch mobile in a day. So that's what everybody I'm encouraging not to use mobile so aggressively. So whenever it is required, that time only use it. So I would like to entire summarize everything in a small Sanskrit slokam, which I have learned. I would like to say, if there is a possibility, I request everybody to unmute so that the moment I tell you people also can the chant. Is it okay for everybody? If is it possible?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Kakachesta
Kakachest
Kakachest
बकोध्यानम्
Bhakodhyanam
Bodhyanam
स्वाननिद्रा तथैव च
Tataiva cha
अल्पहारी
Alpahari
Alpahari
गृहत्यागी
Pratyagi
लीडर पंचलक्षणम.
Leader
Leader
Panchalakshanam.
Panchalakshanam.
Yeah, you can mute now. I'll explain you what exactly the meaning of this thing. Kakacheshta. We all know that the crow story that which we have learned in our childhood, right? The crow picks the bubble and put into the beaker. Again, it picks the pebble, and it keeps in the beaker, keeping in the beaker till peak reaches to the water level, right? The moment water level rises, the crow drank water and felt very happy. That crow, how it teaches the patience, the effort, the intelligence. The same fashion, the entire nature, the mountains, the thought, the leadership qualities. The crow, we have learned from that crow, the patience, the effort, and the intelligence. Similarly, Bako Dhyanam, the crane, it also intense focus to catch a big fish. That is what the crane does. That's why it stands on one leg, right? So there are many small fishes keep going it, but it doesn't catch those small fishes because those are the small distractions. In our daily life also, in trekking also, there would be some small distractions will happen, but our focus to reach the top of the mountain. So that crane catches the big fish and relaxes. Till catching the big fish, it patiently waits. I would like to request all the youth of the nation also, basically. So don't distract for the small things. Keep focus like a crane till you reach the goal. And third one is Shwan Nidra. Shwan means dog. Dog sleeps. When somebody passes through, everybody thinks it is sleeping. Let me pass through that way. But the moment they pause it. It suddenly gets up. The alertness. That is what teaches the trekking. Because the path is so difficult, sometimes even if you cross one leg, one step, you will fall down. That intense alertness even applies for the student, the youth also, basically. So we need to understand what is happening in our industry, what is happening in our company, what is happening in our team. That alertness is always required. That is called Shwana Nidra. And Alpahari, in trekkings, what we did, we used to take a little food. Now, Alpahari means not only taking less food, we need to utilize all these panchendriyas in a proper way. All panchendriyas, right? Enjoying, watching, sparsing, everything, smelling, and all those things. So we need to have the control in all those emotions. That is what I have learned from that, and I'm applying same thing here. And Gruhatyagi, we are living away from the family most of the time, because trekking itself is entire family members and going away, right? So that is what I have learned from Gruhatyagi. So we need to reach the goals, sometimes we need to be away from the society, away from the people, family, right? So that is what I understand. These are the major leadership and trekker qualities. All these things I learned from trekking, and I'm playing in my real life also. So I request everybody to experience the trekking and silence and enjoy the beauty of Himalayas or any other part of even small hill also. Uh, Thank you so much for AMCAD for giving me an opportunity to share some of my views regarding my learnings from the trekking into the corporate world. Thank you. I'm ending this presentation.
Yeah, Balaji sir, you can start with the feedback. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ದಾಯ್ತು.